Today's collectible spot, we're having a look at the Vannen Watches Travis Lampe Songs for Baby Hydras watch. Another watch coming to us from the folks over at Vannen Watches. You can go to www.vannenwatches.com. Featuring the artwork of Travis Lampe, you can go to www.travislampe.com. This watch was released back actually in 2010. It's one of the original watches that were created on a similar platform of watch, the similar band and setup of the watch. And since they've moved away from that size to the more extra large size, like if you remember the Kronk watch that I reviewed, it's a little bit different. It's certainly a little bit of a smaller size watch. This series of pillow pack, which is really like when you see a watch in this kind of, I'm going to use this as a comparison, as a horrible comparison, but it's kind of like the McDonald's apple pies, where it's this kind of somewhat tubular cardboard sleeve. But this series of pillow pack watches, named obviously for their packaging, was part of the initial run of artist watches. The Travis Lampe watch was part of Series 2 of artist watches, which also included ones I think like a Bigfoot. There was a Blaine Fontana and Thomas Hann. Unfortunately, those were all sold out, and with a lot of these pieces, these are always in limited quantities. I think each watch, and this particular one included, I think is only limited to 500 units, which is a little higher than some of the other Artist Series watches that I've been showing you guys from Vannen Watches. They came with randomly inserted packaging signed by the artists. If you saw my review of the regular show, unfortunately, this spot didn't get a randomly inserted autograph packaging, but still, that's all right. What else? Well, I mean, as a whole, the watches as a whole aren't too super expensive, and that's one thing I really, really like. It's not a super a watch that you can be paying a lot for. But you know what? Having said that, Spot's rambled on enough with packaging. What I am going to do, though, is I'm going to take a break. I'm going to get this opened up. And when we come back, we're going to get a better look at the Vannen Travis Lampe. We're having a look at the Songs of Baby Hydras watch. So there's definitely more heading your way, guys. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. Out of packaging, and also, by the way, if you're wondering, Spot unfortunately did not get one of the randomly inserted autographed packaging but still, nonetheless, out of packaging, or out of when you get it out of the pillow pack, it comes in its own, almost like a little Ziploc bag, a little white Ziploc bag, and inside that it's wrapped around bubble wrap, so it's going to keep it nice and protected. You also get yourself the Vannen Watches logo sticker. I believe that is a sticker with vannenwatches.com on the back. But as you can see, if you've followed the other reviews, this particular watch is a little bit smaller in size. I kind of gauge this roughly at a size of some of the old children's watches, where it's a much smaller, more narrow band, and the face of the watch is a lot smaller as well. Depicted on both sides of the band as well as on the face of the watch is the artwork of Travis Lampe. When I look at this, like especially these characters here on the bands, this reminds me of like the old 30s and 40s style animated shorts. I think the choice of coloring was a good choice. It's like almost like a cream color, like a creamy white color, because then the softer, it's almost like it looks as if it's got like an airbrushed kind of pink color behind the baby hydras here. And down below, you can see where they've wrapped themselves around one another up at the top there as well. You have Lampe there featured also. Now this particular hands, the minute and hour hand, by comparison to some of the other Vannen watches that we've looked at here, these hands are a little bit more narrow, which is fine because not only the coloring on the faceplate here is lighter, So these smaller, thinner hands, though they are black, show up still quite well. On the back, got Lampe and Vannen 2010. The vannen logo also on the back of the band here as well. One thing I wanted to get to was by having a look at some of the older watches, you guys can kind of see the comparison between where they were with like the 2009-2010 series watches, and then where they've changed now to the larger, the XL sized watches. It's not to say that there's nothing wrong with the idea that this is a smaller watch. I mean, this is, I think, more geared towards, I don't really want to say a female style watch, but this is a much more slender, sleeker looking watch, whereas the other watches that we've looked at is a little bit broader in size. Something can certainly be said, though, for all of vannen watches is that the designs on when they do the collaborations with the artists, some of the designs that churn out and get produced on these pieces, it's just beautiful. And something I've already mentioned with some of the other watches too is while it does serve a practical purpose, you can see that the second hand is moving. You can use it as a straight out regular watch. You're also getting yourself a really neat artist piece. Something that when you're wearing it around your hand, you're not wearing just a traditional black strapped watch. You're wearing something that's going to draw a lot of attention and draw the eyes to your wrists. To certainly check out not only the Travis Lampe Songs Baby Hydras watch, but also other watches available, click the link down below to vannenwatches.com. Today's collectible spot, where we're having a look at another vannen watch, and today, the Travis Lampe Songs for Baby Hydras watch. Stay tuned, Spot's going to have a lot more collectible spots heading your way, and as always, I'll see you next time.